I think it's hubris. Any other term I'll use will sound a bit strong. So I would say a certain level of pig-headedness, obstinacy, and a willful desire not to understand the space, but to extract as much from the space as possible. He is not taxing a system. He is taxing people's wallets just because they happen to put the wallets in a place where, when they are putting them out there, he can dip his hand into it. And that is not fair or equitable in any theory of tax. Instances of double taxation that are taking place that are not even equitable and haven't been really thought through. And now you are going to impose these systems on these telcos and other fintech agencies. They will have to reprogram their systems, realign their systems, and even for those who provide digital capital, they have to realign how they calculate their loan books. And that alone is a very horrible accounting experience. That might even sink some of these, because in my interactions with some of these players in the industry, the tax that they have to pay is more than their margins, which means that their cost of services will rise, which means that certain thresholds of consumers who could access these services will not be able to do so. And these costs are sometimes even more than the margins that are made from operational margins and profit. This tax alone wipes it all out. And then the craziest thing about this tax, which a lot of people have not even sat down to think about, is the fact that there is no upper threshold. There is a lower threshold of 100 cedis, but there is no upper threshold, which means that if you are a business that has a high transaction volume and you have 50,000 cedis inbound or outbound in a day, because of the high volumes, let's say you are a big shop in Makola, already you are paying some kinds of taxes based on your transactions because you have to issue invoices, etc. Now, that volume of 50,000 cedis, you are going to pay 1.5% of it as tax. And when we look at it, a lot of assumptions are that anybody who pays beyond, in fact, that narrative is, but what if it is money that is actually being used for business transactions, and then you are now taking that 1.5 on it and taking it 1.5 on all consequent transactions? Then that shows very clearly that very poor, very poor
thinking,
and bankrupt thought process went through the whole thing. That is why they could not even communicate it effectively, because it was like, today, let's do it. It was kind of like, don't call me like you are buying shoes at Kantamanto.